All right, this example is going to show you how to use the CRA sequence to solve the equation 134 minus 15 equals 119. The first phase of the CRA sequence is the concrete phase. For this phase, I've chosen to use base 10 blocks as my concrete manipulatives. So you can see the first thing I did was set up the number 134 using my concrete manipulatives. I purposefully put them in columns of hundreds, tens, and ones to reiterate the place value of each of these numbers. So I have 100, 3 tens, and 4 ones. You can see this one has it labeled on there 4. So the first thing I'm going to do is have a student start in the right column. We always want to teach them to start from the right and work to the left. And the first thing I'm going to ask them to do is try to take 5 ones away from 4 ones. Hopefully students will see that there are not 4 or 5 to take from the 4. So then they would use regrouping to move 110, regroup that or exchange that for 10 ones, and put those in the 1 column, making 14. Now I can ask a student again, can you take 5 away from 14? And they can take away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move those to the side. The next thing I'm going to ask a student to do is to take 110 from the tens column. This should be a little bit more simple for a student, just to take 110 away. There are no hundreds for the student to take away, so then I'd go ahead and I'd solve my equation. How many ones do I have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got my 9. I have 110, and I have 100, making 119. To show this in the representational fashion, I want to draw pictorial representations that align or match with the concrete manipulatives that I chose. So to show the hundreds block, I'm actually going to just make a block or a box. To make the tens, I'm going to show 3 lines, or some people call those rods. And then to show the 4, I'm just going to draw 4 circles. Then to show, I'm going to go through the same process that I did for the concrete phase, and I'm going to start with my 5 and say, can I take 5 ones away from 4 ones? And again, hopefully by this point in the gradual sequence, we can see that we can't do that. So I'm going to exchange one of my tens for 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I can ask a student, can we take away 5 ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to go to my tens column and I'm going to ask a student, can you take away 110? I can take away 110. And there are no hundreds in my sequence to take away. So now I'm going to solve my equation. How many ones do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many tens do I have? 1. And how many hundreds do I have? 1, making 119. The final phase of the sequence is the abstract phase. We're going to show you that right over here. So if I have 134 minus 15, again, I'm going to start in my right-hand column and try to take 5 ones away from 4. When set up in this type of equation, is very common for students to take 4 from 5 equaling 1. But we do want to remind them that we have to take away from this top number here. So in order to do that, we would have to take 110 from here, leaving only 2 tens left. Sometimes people will put just a 1 here showing 14. What I like to do is actually show that we're adding that 10 here. 4 plus 10, making 14. There are no hundreds to take away, so then we're going to start here to solve our equation. We have 14 minus 5. We have 2 tens minus 110. And we have 100 take away 0 100s, equaling 119.